No, of course not. I mean, I never dreamed that I'd be sitting here, coming up to 70, having had 4 shows on Broadway, I mean kind of equaling the record of my idol, Richard Rodgers. I mean, just never, ever would have dreamt of it, you know. But I'm just so grateful because I love musical theatre. It's what I do, and I've been able to have a career in it that has been as successful as it's been, I guess, you know, but it's what I love doing. And I mean, all I really want to do is to burst out of this studio and do another musical. I don't think anybody, when you're writing, ever thinks in terms of, am I doing something incredibly new or changing things or anything like that. You do what you want to do. You do what you want to write. I've never shied away from writing about subjects that some people might have thought were rather difficult. Sometimes they haven't worked. I wrote a musical about terrorism and the influence of how terrorism affected young people's lives in Northern Ireland, and a show called The Beautiful Game won the London's Critics' Prize, and nobody went to see it. But, you know, I mean, who cares in one sense? I wanted to write it, and I think it's the fact that I'm able to get my work presented is something I'm incredibly grateful for as well. Well, I just worked with Glenn Close on Broadway when she did Sunset Boulevard in our kind of concert version of it that was done here last year. And it's fantastic always to work with somebody who's a close friend as well as being a remarkable artist. And I mean, I enjoy it when I'm at my happiest, really, is when I'm working with other theatre people, when I'm able to collaborate. And I just love it when I'm in the rehearsal room and feel that I can perhaps add a tiny little bit to what's going on. Jesus Christ Superstar was made as a record first because nobody was interested in producing it in the theatre, but a record company was prepared to put up the money. It was MCA Records to record the complete piece. So we considered it as a recording. We had to entertain people as if it was a kind of musical radio play. In a way, I think one of the reasons it may have endured is because it was conceived as something for records first. Therefore, we didn't have theatre directors saying, no, we need 18 bars extra here for scenery shifts, or we want blah, 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 blah. It was considered as a kind of tight piece that was to take the listener, as it was then, from A to Z, you know, and in a straight line. But it was, of course, incredibly carefully constructed. Well, it's incredibly exciting that Superstar is going to be on television, and incredibly exciting that it's going to be live. And I think the live ingredient of it is something that is going to really, I hope, relate to young people who maybe even kids who never heard of Jesus Christ Superstar. I think to see this event, because it'll be a rock event, I think to see this happen live will be exciting, because you see the warts and all, you see the things that don't quite work and the things that do work, but it's live, it's actually happening in front of you. And I love this idea of live musicals on TV, because it's a wonderful introduction for people to come to the theatre and realise that every night you go to the theatre, you are seeing something that only the 1,100 or however many people there are in that building have been seeing as well. Every night in the theatre is different in some way. And this performance of Jesus Christ Superstar will not happen again. So it's, I mean, I think thrilling. We have a fantastic cast. We've got, obviously, incredibly exciting to have John Legend as Jesus, and Sarah Bareilles. I mean, she's a musical theatre writer now, and to have her as Mary Magdalene is very exciting. It's a terrific cast, and we've got a great rock band. It's going to sound amazing, and do you know, I can't wait.